Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all participants and also my honorable speaker today. It is my great pleasure to welcome all distinguished guests, colleges, researchers, and also students to today's scholarly talks, which is title is From Data to Recognition, Building Institutional Pathway for Open Research Impact. And this session reflects our collective commitments to advancing a culture of transparency, accessibility, and scholarly excellence within our institution and also across the wider research ecosystem. And as the libraries evolve into strategic partners in research and innovation, discussions such as this play a vital role in strengthening our capacity to create, safeguard, and mobilize research data in ways that align with global best practices, including FAIR, FAIR principles, and the broader open science movement. And today we are especially honored to our speaker, Dr. Dasapta Erwin Irawan from Institut Teknologi Bandung, Indonesia, whose contributions to open data, research integrity, and also science communication have shaped regional and international conversation on equitable knowledge sharing. And his insights today will guide us in understanding on how institutions can build sustainable pathways that transform research outputs and data into measurable academic and societal impact. And I invite all participants to engage fully, reflect critically, and explore new opportunities for collaborations as we strengthen our international institutional readiness for open research and enhance the visibility of our scholarly contributions. And for information, Open Science Talk Series is a regular activities which is organized by us, and this is the 6th times that we organize. And the title that we have been covered before is Citizen Science, Introduction to the Open Science, Repositories Data, and the latest is a Research Ecosystem Data. And then, dear all, before we start, I would like to invite everybody to open the video so that we can take some picture. Okay, can everybody open the video before we start? Okay, all right, thank you, Puan Harisom. Okay, Cik Afzan. Okay, I will count until 5. And in between, you just smile, and then the technical team will try to capture the picture. Okay. All right. Welcome to all. Dr. Dasapta, maybe you can open your video also. You are the important person today. Okay. All right. I will count until 5. Okay. 1. Please smile. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Thank you to all. Okay. Clap your hand. All right. Okay, doctor. To all participants, the registration link will be given before 1 hour before the session end in the chat box. And if you have any questions, you can unmute your mic, or also you can type your question or suggestion in the chat box. Okay, inshallah, Dr. Dasapta will respond to your question. Okay, without further ado, I would like to invite our speaker, Dr. Dasapta Erwin Irawan, to continue the session. Please welcome, Doctor.
Yeah, thank you, Bu Warga. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everyone. thank you for the opportunity for me. Before we go on, I'd like to explain my situation. Right. So actually, I'm in bus, moving bus to a field camp and immediate assignment. So I apologize if I have misscheduled the event to warga. So it's an immediate assignment. So hopefully I can deliver my talk smoothly given the situation. So I would like to stop my video.
Okay, Doctor.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's very honor for me to speak from colleagues from the Malaysia, especially in University Malaysia Terengganu, because for the record, I haven't been invited for the same event by my university. So uh, this kind of topic is not it's still not in the daily conversation in IDB. So thank you again for the UMT for inviting me to talk about this subject. So everyone, uh, allow me to send my share my thoughts and some of my opinion on the subject. But first, I would like to state disclaimer uh, that I am not a librarian, so everything that I share and I talk in this session is
Yeah, we can hear.
yeah,
We can hear your sound.
yeah,
Can you share
yeah,
the screen again? Or
yeah, yeah,
you need to us to share your screen. Is it okay?
yeah. It's shared now. Can you read? Can you read my
Yes. Yes,
slide?
yes, I can
Yeah.
see. I can see your
Okay.
screen. The slide.
So, I would like to repeat my disclaimer. I am not a librarian, so everything I share here is based on my views and experience. And everyone, you may share the slides freely under the Creative Commons Zero license. So, what do you read this image?
Is it the specimen or what is it? It is Tapak
Yeah,
Sulaiman. Patrick.
yeah. Usually when people saw this draw, so I drew this myself. Usually when people saw this, they immediately think of Rafflesia, Rafflesia flower.
Rafflesia. Okay.
Yeah, Rafflesia flower, the giant flower that and, with unpleasant odor smell. The
Mm-mm.
Rafflesia arnoldii flower. So usually people think that flower, but what if I show this? Yeah. Do you do you recognize this creature?
No.
I don't know. Do
Mm.
you watch Stranger Things?
Yes, this is Stranger
Yeah,
Things.
yeah, yeah.
Same like a
So
monster.
yeah. So based on this trivial experiment, we can agree that recognition leads to power, right? Because once you don't understand the content of a subject, then you can think of it as different a different subject, right? Based on this picture, people think it's a plant, but actually I draw this, right? Right. And then the next thing is everyone here, all researchers are very much agree if data builds the knowledge, right? So if I may draw this pyramid, data has the basis position based on our scientific training, right? Data and analysis, maybe computation, and then built into knowledge. Then in my experience, my subject, it will end up to the environmental understanding. So from data to knowledge, it's very much what we do every day as scientists. So data has the important position in the research. Right? We can without any data. Right? And then to try to make a stronger point, I was attending this webinar by CoData, and then one of the directors, Simon Hudson, share this view. So I take notes of his talk. He keep pointing out about the FAIR principle that also includes data. Right? What is FAIR? FAIR is findable, accessible, and interoperable and reusable. So if you data sets, it should be findable, like we search for any information, right? And then it be accessible. You can open it, you can download it, and then it must be interoperable, regardless your operating system, regardless your software. You can open the data and do your own experiment and analysis. And also, the last thing is reusable. So everything that you share as data should be meant for further usage by somebody else. So this is the key point of uh, Simon Hudson's. Then uh, actually, if I can, I can go back to the previous slides. I also mentioned the date when I draw this. So it still relates with current situation. Something that I draw maybe last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So you can follow the date when I draw this sketch. Right? So this one is November 15th, 2024. And then this meeting held on 26th of May, 2023. So it's 2 years ago, right? So it still relates. The situation is still pretty much the same, where data is usually unseen. People will only look at the paper, the scientific paper, the nature paper, but they don't get to see the data, or even worse, they don't interested with the data. They only interested with the results, with the conclusion. And then coming to this slide, I think it's the oldest sketch in this talk that I drew. I drew this in 26 November 2020. So it's during the pandemic. So it's 5 years ago. Yeah. So apology, it's still in Indonesian. Uh, the text. So I wrote this for the BRIN, BRIN. It's the research institution in Indonesia. So here um, I try to pose my argument on the ketahanan ecosystem research. So in research, we need to have ecosystem, and then the ecosystem need to withstand the test of time, right? With the global change and global situation, it needs to survive. So here I drew a tree. So the basis of this tree is the commitment from the government. It's related to regulation, incentive, training, infrastructure, and also funding. And then it moves to the trunk of the tree. It's the process, right? The research process, the publication process, and it's pretty much the daily process that done by research community. And in this process as well, we find misconducts, yeah. Misconducts like plagiarism, data fabrication, and then unlegitimate authorship, and so on and so forth. And we also have this external factor, right, that influence the tree to grow or die, right? The external factor is uh, global economy, maybe, and then global ranking, university, then commercialization. Also, the profit-taking actions by uh, stakeholders, right? And also the notion of scientific publication, scientific publishing as economic industry. And then we also see the fruit, the leaves, and also the seeds, right? Bibit is seeds. So in this case, people like me, like uh, the government maybe, or the public can get the fruit based on the research, yeah, coming from the research. And then the fruit can be uh, policy, can be uh, maybe citations, and the sum of citations, maybe fame for the researcher, right? So it's all the fruit. And then the important thing is the seeds. Seeds can be data itself. Seeds can be data. So when the seeds can be fly out, carry out by the wind, right? And then fall to another ground, fertile ground. And then it may start a new life. It's a new tree, right? So in this case, I try to explain that data, once it got used by the data maker, the researcher, and then he or she conduct the analysis, come up with conclusions, and then publish it. And then somebody else might think differently about the data, might do different analysis, might remix the data with their own data for their own analysis to create a new knowledge, right? So if the data itself can be freely distributed outside of the scope of the paper, so data can be uh, independently shared, independently recognized, right? So in this case, people are not people are not uh, dependent to the scientific paper when they would like to see the data, and then the data itself independently can be published. So that's why I drew the seeds um, as independent entity, right? So if it got shared, and then people can freely use it. of course, with following the regulations, national regulations and international regulations. Of course, we have to do that, but the the common sense is that the data can be freely used by other researchers. So coming to the right side here, if the seeds can be spread out, if the seeds can lay on a fertile ground and then start a new tree, a new life, new plants, and just hopefully uh, the nation itself can be can have their own value, right, as a nation for their innovation, for their productivity, for their scientific stance globally, right? So the researcher, the research ecosystem itself can further fly away to the new new land, maybe perhaps new frontiers using this hot air balloon, right? But we have this what you call it? Uh, kendala is problem, right? We have this problem of weight. We carry very large burden, very large weight in a hot air balloon, right? In this case is uh, like global rankings, indicators, some of citations, maybe uh, top tier journal, the necessity to publish in top tier journal, and so on and so forth. That, in my opinion, it would play as the burden for common researcher, right? Because we have to admit, not all researchers are Nobel laureate. Not all researchers are uh, top-cited researchers, right? Um, that's why early career researchers, young researchers might have this burden as well. So it might uh, throw their hot air balloon to the ground. So the hot air balloon is not flying up high, far to new land to conduct new experiment, new research. Instead of doing that, the hot air balloon keeps going down, right? Because there's lots of to carry, right? So that's why in this drawing, I try to recommend send some recommendations based on the open science principles, and you can see that the blue part here in blue ovals, I write data sharing, open data, and also open methods to create even more reproducible research. So a research can be a magnet to draw another researcher to work on the same data, do different analysis, remix with other data, for instance, to see the time series, right? And then finally to build uh, another new knowledge. Yeah. So in this picture, I give this blue oval about data. And then coming to this part, I attend a meeting with the UCL staff. It's the youngest, the most recent slide, maybe 12 November 2025. So as a vice dean in my faculty, I host meeting with the UCL staff. There are three staffs at the meeting. All staffs try to come up with ideas of partnership based on the academic and research collaboration. So in this occasion, I think we also can understand the way of thinking of our colleagues uh, on the other side of the world, yeah, on the other side of Southeast Asia. In this case, is England. So I I get the impression that they also would like to spread their knowledge about uh, science, about environment, about biodiversity, uh, much wider. Right? So Southeast Asia is one of their major target, and they try to go in to initiate communication, initiate collaboration, and one of the strategies was to uh, conduct collaboration in terms of double degree, joint research, right? So I think UMT also have a number of collaboration with European universities. But my point, my point is the again the blue oval here that in terms of research, our talk getting deeper. In the meeting, we discuss about how we can share the data between two parties, between IDB and UCL, and as also we discuss how we can share the data to the public using public repositories, right? Like institutional repositories, maybe Zenodo, maybe Figshare, and they also mentioned their uh, their own their own public repositories hosted by their institution. Yeah. So in this kind of meeting, in this kind of collaboration, each party um, also talk about how they would share the data. Yeah. So it's not just talking about the publication. It's not just talking about where they will share or send the manuscript, right? But also how they can package the data inside the paper as an individual output from the research. Yeah. So in this slide, I would like to share what others think about data. So not just Southeast Asian universities like the UMT and ITB, but European researchers. When then I also can share that many universities in the US, Korea, also also put data sharing as one of the important agenda, yeah, in the meeting. So what we are talking about today, it's not just conversation between Southeast Asian universities, but also the major conversations in other part of the world. So the last slide is about the guidelines. Yeah. So I this is what I found that 5 or 6 major publishers have endorsed research data sharing. Yeah, most of the journals in the same publishers have already mandated the necessity to share the data in public repositories. Yeah, with within the scope of the data itself. So, for instance, if the data was under uh, undisclosed agreement with several parties, several stakeholders in the research, then they can also regulate the data sharing, right? The access, they regulate the access, but the data sharing is pretty much the default SOP, the standard operating procedure for the journal, but they regulate the access. It's whether it's public, whether it's limited, they can regulate the access, but the data is there. Yeah. So that's why uh, researchers and also librarians should try to learn from these guidelines to try to separate between sharing with access, because we can share all of the data, but still we can manage the access. So we can still regulate who can see the data, who cannot use the data, given the situation, given the type of the data, the sensitivity of the data, right? So it's we can separate that. Yeah, we should uh, put sharing and access into the same box, whether we can split the box. Yeah, we can still share the data, but we can still manage the access as well. Yeah. So I think that's all that I can share right now. So the
Understand
main
dulu mak tu
question,
cakap. Oh.
so Buwarda, the main question is major publishers have put their feet on data sharing, right? When will you, when will people, when will ITB, when will UMT do the same thing, right? But I'm pretty sure that Malaysia is several steps ahead from Indonesia with the foundation of the MOSP. Yeah, so MOSP is pretty much the talk of the town here in Indonesia, maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, I hope MOSP can develop, can grow as expected. So we Indonesian can also replicate the form, the infrastructure, the management. So we can follow the footsteps of the Malaysian in this case. Thank you, Bu Wada. Thank you, Ibu dan Bapak, for the opportunity. I may take question and answer session after this. Thank you.
All right. Short and simple from Dr. Dasapta. Maybe because okay, we can see all your friends behind you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
So if there are any questions from audience, you may ask Doctor, and inshallah, Doctor try to answer all the questions. And if not, you can also write in the chat box if you have
Yeah,
any question regarding on this issue, and also regarding on the issue of open science. Is it okay, Doctor?
yeah.
Okay, I open to all if there is any question. Yeah, so very sorry because Doctor miss a schedule. Okay. If not, maybe may I ask some question, Doctor? Doctor, are you here? Masih berada ke? Can you hear me, Doctor? Okay. One more time. Doctor can't hear my sound. Hello, doctor. Okay, I try to call doctor first. I'm so sorry. I think doctor have a communication line telefon tak berapa cantik kot because the van is moving, bergerak. So kadang-kadang boleh masuk, kadang-kadang tak boleh masuk. So saya try call doktor, doktor tak menjawab, and then I think memang dia dah lost lah untuk telefon. It's okay. Saya akan share. I will share the registration link and also the feedback form at the chat box. I hope that all participants can complete all the form and give some response. Okay, let me share first. Okay. All right. Okay.
Try to logging in again.
All right. Okay. You may log in back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Doctor tried to log in back, but I already shared the registration link and also the feedback link. All the participants are honorable to fill up the form and also the feedback form. UMT students and also UMT staff will give we will give the merit my star and also the jam latihan, and the rest we will give the e-certificate in order to menghargai participants. Okay, doctor try to log in because I have one question that need to answer by doctor. Doctor try to log in back. Hope that all the participants patience and still wait. If there is question, also you can drop your question at the chat box, and I try to convince doctor to try to answer the question. Yeah, still waiting for doctor to log in back. Okay, Uzaini, doktor dah masuk ke? Technical team?
Ya,
Doktor dah
ikutnya
masuk ke? Dah login?
belum lagi. Belum lagi.
Alright. Kita tunggu dalam beberapa minit. Kalau still tak dapat,
Saya rasa line problem ni saya rasa.
saya pun rasa macam tu juga. So kita just tunggu dalam beberapa minit. If doktor still tak boleh login, I think we need to end the session.
Okay, baik.
Okay, we just waiting for doktor. Okay, in between the participants boleh fill up the form, registration and also the feedback link. Okay. Kalau dilihat kita ada lebih kurang 43 participants. So sorry for the technical problems. Okay.
Sorry, warga.
Oh,
Joining.
finally. It's okay, it's
Yeah.
okay. Okay. I just want.
Is there any
I
question?
just,
Yeah.
yeah. Participants still waiting.
Yeah.
Masih setia. So I just have
Yeah.
one question. Maybe you can answer in a short.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My question is, what are the effective ways to build a research culture in the university maybe that support the open data while also the giving proper rewards or recognition to researcher who practice open science. Maybe you can share at the ITB also or Indonesia maybe more wide. Thank you.
Actually, I cannot share the experience in Indonesia because we don't have that.
Okay.
Frankly, we don't have that. So, but I think we can try to insert the appreciation, the recognition of data sharing to the academic paper itself. So, for instance, usually in Indonesia or maybe in Malaysia, we give for lecturers that manage to publish in top tier journal, right? But
Okay.
only for that, only for that reason. But we can insert the necessity to data sharing by maybe mandate the incentive awardees to also share the data, or maybe only paper that share the data that can get the incentive, maybe
Incentive. What?
yeah, maybe we can work on that. Yeah, so we cannot directly say that people that share data can accept the incentive, but we insert the policy inside of another policy that more familiar with us, right? Yeah, so usually people get the incentive when they publish their paper in the tied journal, right? So we insert an additional requirement about the data sharing inside the paper to get the incentive. Maybe we can start with that, because here usually once the paper published and then that's it, the incentive go to the bank account. There's no question about the research data, right? Yeah.
Okay. You say about the incentive.
Yeah.
Maybe as a lecturers or as a academic staff, what the incentive that usually they want? Is it the grant or is it
usually money.
money? Okay, okay. In terms of money.
Yeah, in terms of money for to add to their take home pay. I think it's as simple as that, because all of the research funding are coming from already paid by the government, right? In my case, in geology field, the field campaign is paid, and then the assistant, the crew is paid, and then also when we need analysis, lab analysis, that's also can be paid by the government as long as the proposal is awarded with a grant. All is paid except for the incentives of the publication. so, so what researchers usually ask for is the incentive as money to add to their take-home pay, maybe fresh incentive, not other kind of incentive. That's the most people would want to get the paper published in top tier journal. Yeah. So when the government or when the university add a little bit additional requirement that any paper that can be requested for incentive must share the data inside the paper. Yeah, as individual output. Because if you click the link to the Elsevier, the Springer Nature, and other major publisher that I write in the talk, then you can see that all of those major publishers would want the data as independent output. Yeah, independent output. So regardless the paper, the data is an independent output. So it has their own DOI. So the DOI of the data is not the same as the DOI for the paper, but it's different. So that's why I can say that all of those major publishers would want the data to be an independent output, an independent document, right? And then the DOI can be cited or inserted in the main paper. That's how it works in their guidelines.
Guidelines. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you are academic staff, I can say that you are academic staff because you have a title of doctor, maybe. So, in point of view, because we are librarians, okay, we are librarian, and all the academic university have a library also. So, your wish for the librarian and for the library, what we can help you in order to success the open science concept. What the library can do for you as a academic staff and also for the faculty.
Yeah. So I cannot say about the Malaysian situation in the librarianship situation, right? I cannot say for the Malaysian because I don't understand the situation. But what I can say in Indonesia, librarian, it's not at the same at the correct position as they used to be, right? So a librarian should have a much higher position, much higher bargain, much higher role in the research ecosystem inside of a university. Usually, librarian in Indonesia are put in the administrative position only. So they cannot share their knowledge, their librarianship knowledge to the researcher, to the research management especially about data repository, data sharing, right? For instance, in my experience in 2018, I have successfully proposed for research repository using ePrint software. So it can be scrolled by Google Scholar in less than 1 week. So anything, including research data uploaded to the repository, can be found in Google Scholar in less than 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
So the server itself only lasts for 1 year. and then the university didn't have enough fund to allocate to buy new server, because my server at that time is an old server, so it breaks down.
Mm-hmm.
But the university didn't have the replacement at the time until now.
Oh.
So yeah, so in 2018, I managed to propose the server. It was diresmikan oleh wakil rektor directly. Yeah, at that time. But
Mm-hmm.
after 1 year, the server is broken down, and then there's no replacement from that. That's why I say that data sharing and then also scientific sharing in form of preprint, posting in public repository has not been the main discussion in Indonesia, especially in my university. So coming again to your question, librarians should have more role in the research ecosystem inside the university, because
Mm-hmm.
I think librarian is the guardian of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they
Good.
can manage. Yeah, the guardian of knowledge. Librarian is the guardian of knowledge, because under their management, the archiving of document can be guaranteed. Yeah, so they have the knowledge, they have the skill to guarantee the archival of scientific documents, include backup of scientific papers or research data. So that's how important librarian should be. But I don't know how can we start or initiate that in Indonesia, in Malaysia, but in Indonesia, the situation is not very much different from maybe in the last 30 years.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Doctor, for your sharing the experience in Indonesia. But maybe I can share some information in Malaysia. Not all university, but some of the librarian have a role as a data stewards in an open science concept. Okay. We get the certificate from MOSP, Malaysian Open Science Platform, which is so we try to get the data steward certificate also, and try to involve with the research and research cycles, so that we know how the research is start from beginning until its end. And then we also try to propose the repository and cooperate with the IT departments in a university in order to try to create the policy and so on, so that all the researcher can try to put all the information, all the research data in a repository that can access to public. But it's okay. We try to enhance our role so that we can to cooperate each other, so that the open science concept can be diterima lah, can be accept to all, especially for the academic person. All right.
And can be one of the common goals in the Southeast Asian academic community. Ya, Bu, ya.
Ya, betul Pak.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Can I ask something, Bu Warda?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
According to answer.
According to your knowledge, how is the response from the researcher or academic ecosystem in Malaysia? regarding the data stewardship, maybe data regulations, do they welcome the regulation, or they also find this as an additional burden, maybe?
Okay, maybe like you say, I can't to answer to Malaysia, but I can answer for the UMT.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
actually, open science is a new concept for UMT. Okay, we try to knowledge all of the academic staff, especially to try to share their information, try to share their research data, and this time
Yeah.
we are trying to build up the repository for ourselves for UMT, and then we also have a policy and pass by the Senate and try to expand to all the academic staff. Hopefully, they will accept
Yeah.
the policy. And then what we do is
Yeah.
we have the aku janji lah, some sort like aku janji in a
Declaration,
yes declaration form at the grant. Okay, grant dalaman, FRTS, and so on. So they need to agree that they will share the information, the data, if they want the grants from the UMT. That is what we try to do in the UMT.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's just to insert one clause in the
Yes.
grant agreement, right?
Yes,
Just
and
as
the
simple as
agreement and
that,
also
right?
the form. And then we try to cooperate, not the librarian or not the library also only. We try to cooperate with IT departments and RMO, Research Management Officer, and also the TNCPI lah. The SCPI, which is our chancellor in academics and also in research.
Yeah. I just remembered something. So in Indonesia universities, I think only BINUS, Nusantara University, you can Google it, BINUS University, that has similar regulation like yours. Yeah, only BINUS. There's no other universities.
Yunus, what the
BINUS, BINUS. BINUS, yeah.
Okay, I try to Google it after this.
Yeah. Yeah, because the vice rector there, I know the vice rector personally is one of the opponents of open science. So he tried to put only one clause, just like you, in the grant, in the internal grant.
Yes, internal grant.
Internal grant, that the researcher must share the data if he or she get the grant.
Yeah.
Only BINUS.
Only BINUS. So ITB is not yet.
No, not yet. I don't know when, but not yet, not now.
It's okay. We wish that our mission can be successful.
Yeah, hopefully, Bu.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor, for your sharing. Actually, our program will end at 12 p.m. but it's okay. If there is any question, we can try to answer. Ada soalan ke daripada semua peserta? Okay.
If the participants would like to ask question about drawing, I can take that as well. So
for your information, our participants is come from librarian, as I can say the names here, librarians, students, and also some of them is a lecturers. Yeah, so quite good. So okay, I think we can end our session, Doctor. If there is no question, or you have kata-kata terakhir.
Kata-kata terakhir.
Yeah.
Maybe in the last slide, I wrote research should be as open as possible
Yes.
and close
As
necessary.
necessary. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Kata-kata hikmah.
that's all.
That's all. All right. Thank you for your cooperation. And we are also apologize that you are in the van right now. It's okay,
Yeah.
but you can deliver your information, your knowledge. Very good experience for me and also for you, inshallah, and also for the audience. Okay. Reminder again, please fill up the form for the registration and also for the feedback form at the chat box or the audience. We will give the slides and also we will share the slide and also the recording to all the participants. So make sure that you fill up the form. All right. Thank you, Doctor, for your information, and we hope we can continue again. You will join again, okay? With a less technical problem, inshallah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Inshallah. Maybe face to
Apologize for
face.
that.
It's okay. Alright, okay. Sekian sahaja daripada saya. Wabillahi taufik wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Dan thank you.
Waalaikumsalam.
Alright, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.